Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Leadnap Gaming. The doldrums. We're all waiting for 3.8.1 to drop, and no one wants to go anywhere. So, we're just going to cover some news. We talk about some features coming up, some scandals that took place this week, and we'll see where it goes.
Systems activated. Systems on.
Alright, so like I said, the doldrums, right? A wipe's coming in 3.8.1. I hope I'm not the first person to tell you that, but if I am, it's coming. It has to come. I'll tell you about that in a moment, but as a result, we're in that kind of weird space where people don't really want to play too much and do too much because it's all going to go away. Maybe tomorrow, maybe next week. I'd bank on next week. But yeah, so why? Well, CIG said they weren't going to do them anymore. They were going to try not to do them anymore. I made a video about that. For those that aren't aware, because it hasn't surprisingly affected everybody, if you claim a ship in certain scenarios or certain accounts, certain places, it duplicates the ship. So there's people running around with like 9 reclaimers. Some of those duplicates have the chop shop bug. They don't have engines, they don't have doors. It's a problem. And the only real way CIG is going to fix that, right, is to reset it. Because if my hangar shows that I have 9 reclaimers, CIG is not going to have a good way to figure out how many I actually have. And there are people that have duplicates. People have duplicates because they might have a loaner of a ship and they have the ship. Or I have 3 Anvil Pisces in my hangar. They're all LTI tokens for me, but 3 of them show up in my hangar. So that's what's up with that. And the truth there is, anytime there's a major back-end core tech that's on the roadmap, it's fair to think there might be, sometime around that, a wipe. Right? We just got introduced this new round of persistence. Lo and behold, there's a bug with it. And unfortunately, there's a bug with it they can't rectify without doing a wipe. So that's that. But I don't want to get stuck on that, right? So I'm going to tell a little bit of a story here. Yesterday, longtime friend of mine from a different game, we were talking about the channel. He looked at some of the videos I've got for Star Citizen, like, whoa, you can walk around the ships. Yeah. So did a little live streaming of the game so he could see it, toured some ships, went down to some planets, right? Kind of explained some things. I think he was quite impressed. Why do I make that point? I make that point because the game is impressive if you've never seen it. Now, you're watching content on it. You probably watch a lot of content on it. You're probably invested in the game at least $45, maybe hundreds, maybe thousands, maybe tens of thousands. Right? And when you're invested like that, it's really easy to nitpick. Like in a little bit, I'm going to nitpick med beds. And it's really easy to get tied up in it. And that's going to be a theme for later too. But the truth is, it has come a long way. I mean, look back at 2019. I mean, look at where we were 1 year ago. 1 year ago, Jumptown was jumping, right? That's where you went to make money. That was the only real legitimate way to put money in your bank. Run drugs. Now, drug running, not really that profitable. And legitimate economic engines, way more money, right? But that's where that was. Planet Tech was different. Stairs, almost, ladders. You know where I'm going with that. It's come a long way. We've got some new game mechanics. We've got FPS mining, improved ship mining. We got caves, new ships, everything from the Ballista, the Mantis, I want to say the Carrack. It's impressive how far the game has come. And I want people to take a step back, right? This isn't climbing a tree. It's okay to look back and go, wow, this has come a long way. We still have a long way to go, but it's come a long way. And it is very impressive. And hopefully, we're all having a lot of fun in the verse still. Even if we're waiting to get it wiped next week, right? But we're all used to that. We've been getting wiped on every patch. So, yeah, it sucks that the very first one after they're like, all right, no more, we're going to try to stop wipes. And then the very next patch, bam, wipe. But it's not forever, guys. All right, med beds. So, for those that don't know, medical beds are coming in 3.8.1. And this is really exciting, even if there's a slight downside to it. I'm going to hit that downside first. I want it to be clear to people that don't follow everything CIG says. What is it and what is it not? Well, what it's not is medical gameplay. Okay? There's no medical mini game that one player does to heal another one. That we don't have yet. What it is you now can spawn into medical beds. And the process for that is this. So you come into the server. For funsies, we'll say you spawn in at Port Olisar, right? And then you go and get on your friend's 890 jump, which is currently the only ship you can do this with, because it is the only ship with a medical bed in the game right now. You go to the medical bed on the 890, and you select it, and you tell it, set this as my ICU. And from this point forward, if you die, you will respawn back into this bed. Now, it's not clear if you'll respawn back into it if you just come back into the server, like you'd wake up there. And I would anticipate that you wouldn't. And that's pretty cool. The other thing you can do with a medical bed is you can lay down in it and then select heal me. And it will heal you. It doesn't cost you anything. It'll fully heal you, right? So you can save a med pen, where maybe you didn't have to before. So that's what that offers. And Buddy Splatter, this is his idea, an example, and I'm going to use it. For example, now what this does allow us to do is you could hold a battle royale in some awesome place where everyone comes in, they select spawn in on that 890, you take the 890 down to where you're going to have it, and now when they die in your little battle royale, they just respawn, 100 feet away in the 890 to come back in. So that's pretty cool. Again, though, you have to come into the verse, go to the bed and select it, and it will keep that setting and use it so long as that 890 is in the server you're in. So if you go to a different server and die, it's not going to spawn an 890 for you to spawn into. You're just going to spawn back at Olisar in our example. So that's what that is, and that's exciting. And like I said, only the 890 right now. But the 890 is the only medical base ship. The Cutlass Red is supposed to come in January, this month. We're halfway through. I would expect it probably at the end of next week. Expect it in 3.8.1. When that drops, we're probably getting the Cutlass Red. That's got medical beds, right? So you don't have to have a $1,000 capital ship to play this. Right now in PTU you do, because it's the only thing that has them. But when the Cutlass Red gets in, you'll have that. If you own an Apollo, Triage, or Medevac, those are probably going to come this year. They've been on and off and moved around in the roadmaps. I don't think we're getting any new ships, existing new ships in the year, but we'll see. And fear not, if you're a Carrack owner, you also have a medical bed because you have a sick bay. Every ship that's got a sick bay, you're going to be able to do this with. So at the end of next month, Carrack owners, rejoice. You don't even need to buy a Cutlass Red. You might want to, but... So that's that. And on that note, really quickly, the Carrack. Don't be counting down the days like, I've got 14 more days till Carrack. You're setting yourself up for disappointment. Okay, the Mole came at the end of December. Patches come at the very end of quarters that they're for. We're halfway through January. No Cuddy Red. It's probably more going to be like the last week of last week of February that we're going to see a Carrack. So, just saying. All right, a couple more things. I'm not going to post it. It was on Spectrum. But like I mentioned earlier about getting wrapped up. Yes, this week, a player or an org put out real-world money via gift cards for killing players in Star Citizen. Specific players. And this comes out of some org dispute, what have you. I don't care. I'm not going to get into that. Here's the deal. Guys, it's a game. Don't take this stuff too seriously, right? I regularly say if you've got to, pay rent, put groceries in the fridge, keep the electricity on, don't spend money you don't have on Star Citizen buying ships. The same is true of don't get so wrapped up because a player killed you or an org tried to do something to one of your sub-orgs or something like that. I get it. Keep it in the verse. It's a game. It's a second kind of universe for us to all live in, and that's really cool, and I love it. But the moment you really start bringing in this sort of, well, I've got real money and I'm going to just buy, people off to make your existence miserable or whatnot, it's a game. So that's that on that. Last thing here, comments. You guys have been fantastic with the comments. And I know I always say this, but I honestly think I have one of the best audiences on YouTube. You guys are amazing. I love reading your comments. I reply when I can. Sometimes I reply days or even weeks later. Some of y'all know that. Thank you. I didn't super specify it, but yes, on the Argo Mole giveaway, every video you comment on counts as an extra entry. Now, 10 comments on the same video isn't going to do you any good, but if you write one comment on 10 videos, and there won't be 10 videos between now and February, but if you do, that's 10 entries. Keep them coming, guys. I love the conversation. A couple of y'all caught it. I did slip up, and it's actually not the first time I've done it, and called the Mole Carbon the Mole Cobalt. I don't know why I have that problem, but I occasionally call it the Cobalt. Yes, I changed the YouTube icon. Props if you noticed it. It's not permanent. I had one person actually ask me about that. They saw that but didn't notice it in the video. Yeah, I love to have fun with you guys. Like I said, I think I have one of the best audiences. So I want to say thank you, and thank you guys for the support. Please, subscribe if you haven't. Share this video, get the word out, like the video if you liked it, and I hope you all have a great week. As always, I'll catch you next time.